This e-bike is insane. So how does an e-bike like this even get to you? Well, a really big box. To be specific, a 59 by 34 by 15 inch box that weighs 97 pounds and shipped to me in Massachusetts from Ontario, California. Even more impressive than the size of the box was how neatly this thing was packaged. Everything was wrapped in plastic or foam to assure that nothing gets damaged in transit, but the bike does come partially disassembled, so I'd make sure you have some tools laying around and maybe even a couple buddies. Really, this is how the bike comes. Things like the front wheel, handlebars, and headlight come disattached. It didn't take too long to assemble, but if this is your first time putting something together like this, I would definitely ask for a little bit of help. It took me and two friends about a half hour to put it together, and in the end you'll have something that looks like this. But what is this? Well, the Haoqi Rhino is an e-bike that looks like a mini motorcycle. It stands at about 45 inches tall and weighs about 84 pounds. Like most bikes, it has gears, a 7-speed Shimano gear set to be exact, hydraulic brakes, a kickstand, and of course it's a bike, so it has pedals. The Haoqi Rhino is a hardtail, so it only has front suspension, but let's get into what makes this a mini motorcycle. A working headlight, taillight, and horn, a 1000 watt rear hub motor that's controlled by a quarter twist throttle. The Rhino has a top speed of 28 miles an hour and a range of 60 to 90 miles, which is all powered by this 1400 watt hour battery. Thankfully, this battery is removable with this included key, so you're able to take it off and charge it inside. The handlebars also feature the pedal assist controls, the light, the horn, and of course, the power button. On top of all of this, you get an adjustable front suspension, a built-in basket, and of course, the non-adjustable saddle seat. I will say this bike is very comfortable, and depending on the size of your riders, you might be able to get two of them on this fine leather seat. The only thing that didn't come with this bike is this mirror that I put on my left handlebar that I highly suggest for safety. As I mentioned before, this bike is not enormous. I'm about 6'1", and here's what I look like sitting down on it. I also want to mention that you do not need a license to ride this. It is a class 2 to class 3 e-bike because it has pedal assist and doesn't go over 28 miles an hour. So those are the specs, but none of this matters if it doesn't ride well. So how does it ride? And the answer is pretty amazing. As I mentioned before, the Rhino does go up to 28 miles an hour, but I do not suggest any new rider get on it and pin it at that speed. Thankfully, the Rhino has multiple pedal assist modes, giving you complete control over your top speed. If you're curious how fast you're going, the full color LCD display will show you your current speed, along with your odometer, tripometer, and current pedal assist mode. This is a single rear hub motor, so you're not going to get the craziest amount of torque, but once you do hit that top speed, you are cruising. 28 miles an hour doesn't really feel like you're going fast in something like a car, but on this, it feels like you're flying. Now, you have two options to move the bike, either the throttle or the pedals. And if you use the pedals, you will feel that pedal assist kick in quickly. The advantages of using the pedals are you get a little bit of exercise and a little bit more range. Other things that affect the range are the pedal assist mode you're in, the road quality, and the rider's height and weight. Speaking of weight, the Haoqi Rhino's load capacity is 400 pounds, which is possible by its aluminum frame. The Rhino has 20 by 4 inch tires, so you can go off-roading, but keep in mind that your battery and components probably won't like the bumpy ride. And because the Rhino is a hardtail with no rear suspension, you might not like it either. That being said, if there's no roads or you need to take an off-road shortcut, the Haoqi can handle it fine. I've already put 200 miles on this bike, so I can attest that that 60 to 90 mile range is accurate, and when the battery does eventually die, it takes about 6 to 9 miles to fully charge again. So who is this bike for? Because it's not for everyone. It has a $1,600 price tag, which is a lot more than your average bike, but a lot less than your average car. And that sweet spot is who this bike is for. If you need a vehicle just to get around town or you live less than 20 miles away from work, this could be your perfect commuting solution. It's fast enough to get you there quickly, it has enough range to get you back, you don't have to worry about gas, a motorcycle license, registration. Once you make that initial purchase, you're pretty much good to go for life. Or it could just be a really fun toy for you. Now, I absolutely love this e-bike, but I want to be transparent. Haoqi did send me this bike to make a video on. That being said, Every thought and reaction in this video are my own. And if you want to buy the Haoqi Rhino or any of Haoqi's selections, check out the description below and use code JohnThrifts50 for $50 off.